Oh gosh. They're gonna be like, damn, y'all zoomed in.
Yeah. We want you to get a look at his bottom lash liner. Isn't it amazing?
Y'all
Yeah,
paid
that.
a lot of money for that. Anyway,
Okay, so yes, what is your rules on etiquette from start to finish?
well, like I was saying before, when I start, I'm gonna look at your picture.
Hmm.
So in this day and age, what I tend to run into is a lot of ab pics, dick pics, ass pics, chest pics. So of course I'm gonna say, what's up? And sometimes, like I said before, depending on what time of day it is and what I'm looking for, I'm gonna hit you up with sup. Because
So,
at
but you
that
just had
point,
the biggest
no, no,
issue
no,
about
no, no,
having the
no.
subs.
I don't have an issue with it. I have an issue with
You
the follow through of sup. It's like
no,
sup. You can't say
you
sup to me and then expect me to think that you're about to come with this elaborate English language because that's abbreviated bullshit.
you just had the biggest issue about sup. What does that mean? What's
Right?
your
What does it
intention?
mean?
So
I know what it means to me,
so okay,
but a
so
lot of
what so
people
again,
want
so
it to
what's it
mean
so what
to
does it
me.
mean to
What it
you?
means to me is what's up right now. I'm trying to fuck.
Okay, so if you're hitting him up on Jack, what's your Jack name?
Yeah, I don't even know.
If you're hitting him up on Jack, do not say sup unless you're trying to get fucked. Or that's right, right? That hasn't changed, has it?
Anyway, keep going. This is gonna be all screwed up all over the place. Damn segment.
It is.
Lord.
It's apps. But yeah, so like you had a big issue, but okay, so depending on time of day, you
No, I mean
if
there's no
sup maybe like, I'm trying to fuck, like, what's up?
to an extent, and that's why I only hit certain people up with sup.
And then who those people you hit up what's up?
Usually the ones that I find attractive, and I'm just trying to fuck.
And so do you immediately get to your point then?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it
I do.
okay, so honestly,
So there's
so there's two
that's the
different
conversation flow, expressive interest, and now you reject or you accept.
hold on, but before we get to that,
But that's the whole conversation
but you're
right
moving on to
there.
the next point too
I'm
quickly.
not moving on to the next point, but
You
that
are, because what it is though is that now you have established, literally, you have literally established that there are two ways of proper app etiquette. One when it comes to trying to get to know somebody, and one that comes to when you want to bust a nut.
I didn't say that that was proper app etiquette. I know that that's
But the whole
improper. That's just the way that I do it.
okay, then the segment's about proper app etiquette, so you can keep that shit to yourself.
Okay, well you asked me how I do it from start to finish.
But in regards to proper app etiquette,
Okay, so proper app etiquette. If I see somebody who I'm these house Negroes, the ones that stand at the door.
really,
Lord,
I didn't have nobody's baby.
you look like somebody's baby.
Shit. We all look like somebody's goddamn baby. We popped out of somebody's pussy somewhere
Oh
along the line.
gosh. So proper app etiquette for me. If I'm interested in somebody, I have 9 times out of 10 seen their face. So there is a physical attraction to an extent because I don't know exactly what they look like. Everybody's attracted to what they're attracted to. I'm not attracted to everybody, and everybody's not attracted to me, which is understandable. But once I see that there is a physical attraction on my part, I will go into your app and I will read what's on your app, what you have on your app. And that right there determines whether I continue or if I even bother to hit you up, because that's why on, most profiles you'll see people who have looked at your profile. And sometimes you're like, well, damn, maybe I didn't say the right thing on my app. I know that I got all of this hanging out or I don't have this hanging out. But proper app etiquette, once you express, how are you doing? That's when you go into the whole how are you doing. Once you've seen that somebody is interested in you, then you go into the how are you doing. Then that's when the conversation happens. So because I initiated it, I know that me going from how are you doing is to, hey, what are you up to? And then it's, their response, whatever the extent of that response is, and then that will help me proceed on, expressing a further interest. So that's what that's all about.
Okay. So rejection.
Rejection is a part of life
ha-
before we even go into that.
I mean, but how do you properly reject somebody? Like, here's my thing. I try to be as polite and understanding, both in person and on the app, as possible.
What's a polite rejection for
Thanks,
you?
but no thanks.
And mine's is basically not interested.
Okay,
Most people,
those are good. Those, I think we got some good
right,
stuff
right,
because
right,
yours is to the point. Mine's is a little bit nicer than to the point, but mine's is still to the point.
right.
Thanks, but no thanks. Yours is like not interested. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. So like, I'm not gonna say you a dirty damn dog, but bitch, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh gosh,
But
it's
have you
not that
seen?
harsh. Have I seen?
So, but have you seen those profiles that say, if you're not interested, block me?
Yeah, I
What? That's
yeah, I don't
stupid.
understand that either.
Why the fuck would I need to block you? I can say thanks, but no thanks. I'm a human.
Right,
You're a human. I'm not out to make you feel anything less than what you think you are,
right.
and or what I think you are, and I think you're a human. So why would I be like, oh, this bitch is ugly, like, oh, this nigga ain't shit, or like black? Like, that's so unnecessary. If I see you, you hit me up, I'm not interested. Most people don't respond. In our worlds,
Right.
unfortunately, you don't respond. Even if you're dating and you start responding, you kind of know it's over.
Yeah.
We've been there for 2 months, girl. I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks. It's over.
Yeah, it's time to
It's
move
over.
on.
After that third day, it's over.
Oh God.
Um, but yet I see that and that bothers me so severely. I'm like, what have you personally been through to make you want to do that? But that's sidetrack. But I just don't think that's the proper way to reject anybody is by blocking them off the bat.
Yeah, I mean that's not the proper way. Just like not talking to somebody is not the proper way. I mean, the proper way to stop communicating with somebody is to say, like we said, not interested, thanks but no thanks. And if you are, in a relationship with somebody, express that to them. Don't leave that door open. And there are so many people who don't close the door.
Right.
And then when you're out in public and you actually see this person, and then you're like, damn, that's the person I didn't respond to, or that I blocked, or that I told to block me if they were not interested.
Mhm.
Then they see you in person. Seeing somebody on the app and seeing somebody in person can be two totally different things and two different feelings. So when you see them in person and you see them on the app again, it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm interested now. I saw you at the gym. No thanks.
But have you ever saw somebody on the app that you didn't speak to?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't speak to you,
Mm-hmm.
but you knew them because you always saw them on there whenever you were on. Like whenever you were on, you always
Right.
came up to one person.
Right.
That happened to me recently in Walmart, and I walked right by the bastard.
So both of you were on the app.
No, well, I've seen. If I probably go on the app now, I
Yeah.
probably see him,
Right.
and because I see him, he's more than likely seen me.
Right.
Not whether he's checking for me or not, but it's because you run through the profiles, you may see my face. He didn't. I don't think he noticed me
Mm-hmm.
because he was kind of caught up in his shopping, and I was coming around the corner. I was like, cause I saw this guy just walking funny in front of me, and then he turned sideways, and I was like, oh, that's him.
He's walking funny through Walmart.
And I don't say like walking like funny, but he was walking like a small limp or something.
Somebody must have had them legs behind that head.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a top because apparently being a top is better than being the bottom. He's a top, so
Everybody's top has been somebody's bottom at some point in their life. Don't let your
my
top.
daddy wasn't nobody's bottom.
Your daddy also was married to a woman. So
That means you've been somebody's bottom.
I have been.
God, your man points went down
Ah!
too. Your man points went down by 2. I'm so
Damn it!
I'm so devastated right now.
Oh gosh.
I'm a proud screaming bottom.
Oh.
I don't scream, but I'm a proud at bottom. On my app it says I bottom or like bitch. I'm not sticking my shit in nobody else. So that says something. Is that
And you
proper?
gotta have a particular size too.
I'm an alley, not a highway.
Yeah. Dead. I'm dead. Oh, call the coroner. I'm out here.
But in a side note, what side this actually sidetrack actually helped me come up with another point. Is it proper app etiquette if they don't have a section for stating your sexual preference? Is it uh, um, proper to basically put your like me? I put our bottom on there. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
So is it proper to have it on there, like to throw that in,
but I
down there
mean that
somewhere?
that would be a preference of yours. So yes, that's proper etiquette because you don't want somebody who may be interested in you and they're looking for the same thing that you're looking for, or they're not willing to compromise
I mean, it would make a
and give
great
you what
open
you need.
relationship.
You said it doesn't make a great.
It would make a great open relationship. Two bottoms that are married and have
That
top
sounds like
boyfriends.
two tops that are together and about to get married and screwing everybody, but yet and still they go home at night and lay back to back with each other.
No, they cuddle up. I've met a couple already. Yeah. So
And cuddle
wonderful.
with your husband and fuck everybody else.
But that's what they did basically.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So what would be the point of them being together? Anyway, sidetrack. That's a whole.
Sidetrack.
Oh gosh, we cannot stay on our point.
Because there's too many variables.
There are, but that's what makes for good conversation, and that's what
Okay.
I guess we should have said proper and improper
App
app etiquette.
Okay, so let's go down the list again real quick. So introducing yourself. If it's for sex, basically go sup. If it's for getting to know somebody based off the content
No,
of the
because you
profile,
can no. That is not a generalization across the board. You do not introduce because you have some people who don't know how to properly introduce themselves past sup. I know
right.
plenty of people that
So proper
will say sup,
so proper app
but I'm
etiquette.
talking about for me. When you introduce yourself to me, these are my personal experiences and my personal feelings.
So basically, because this is your subject topic, I'm basically summarizing your take on
Okay.
proper app
So
etiquette.
he's summarizing how I feel. This is not
Because
anybody else, and this is not how you're supposed to conduct yourself on the app. He's summarizing how I feel.
for general purposes.
Or
Okay.
let's try to summarize. I'm listening.
So like that bastard said, for any, depending on the time or night, day or night, if it's sup, sup means fuck. Hello means content of page has been read, which means there has been some spark of mutual interest based off a connection that they could be possibly be had.
Okay.
Who maintains conversation flow? Who maintains conversation flow is usually the person who initiates contact. Um, and that should only really have to last about 2, 3 questions in.
Right.
But that's only really if the person who initiates contacts know how to establish conversation, because conversation is an art in itself.
Yes, it is.
Okay, expressing an interest. Then after you have established some form of
Two or three questions,
conversation,
conversations. All right.
if you're trying to fuck, it's like basically it's you express your interest after one question.
I would say that's in the first question.
No, it's up. You available? You want to fuck? Then say
But if you sup, there has to be a sup back, and then you ask your question.
like, "Are you available?"
Right.
Or what you doing? What you
Something
doing?
to that extent.
What you doing?
Yeah, something to
But
that
of course,
extent.
when it comes to expressing interest, when it comes to the other side of the fence, you then go, well, I read this in your profile, and
Right.
so basically it takes a little bit longer when you. So it's basically courting on the other end,
Basically.
and courting takes time.
Right.
Okay, and then and to I guess how to reject an advancement if you don't want it, not interested.
Not interested.
And I guess that goes across the board. Period.
For me, yeah,
Improper,
because I mean,
improper.
yeah, that for me that's proper and improper. Because
Okay.
it's like, hey, I'm not interested. No hard feelings,
But
but
it is what it is.
right, you'd rather get it direct from me than to be beating around the bush and sugarcoating, and then I end up blocking you because I really don't know how to tell you, but I don't really want to have to say it if
Don't
I
hurt
have
your
to.
feelings.
Right, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't know how to tell you I'm not interested, so I'm just gonna block you.
I
No, not interested, and I'm not gonna block you. But if
Yeah.
you block me, it's completely up to you.
I really love those like old people who have absolutely no fucking filter that I want to slap the shit out of. Like I want to slap the dog fuck out of some old people with no filters, but I love them because I respect their honesty. I respect people
Brutally
who
honest.
are. I mean, I believe in tact.
Right.
You can be brutally honest and still be tactful.
Right.
But it's funny as shit when you're really honest with no tact. And I can still respect and I can still respect it.
I mean, but you can be straight to your point, but still not be hurtful.
True.
Because you have a lot
True.
of people who are straight to the point, like, I'm not interested. Why would I be interested in your ugly ass or something to that crazy
To add
extent? And
spaces
it's
of
like,
extra,
okay,
that's
you could have just said,
unnecessary.
hey, I'm not interested. Unnecessary
Like this is
etiquette.
the line. You went over here.
Right, way over there.
You went over here.
Yes, way over there.
Over here.
Yes, all the way up the
Oh,
screen. Way over there somewhere.
and then, according to your notes, when it. Sorry, he has the real notes. Oh, good one. When is the right time to exchange contact information?
So, a personal experience of mine that I recently had was somebody hit me up on one of the apps or one of the sites. It was a site this time.
Oh,
Um,
bitches everywhere.
well, gotta leave your shit open. There's a lot of motherfuckers here.
I'm an alley, not a
Lies,
highway.
lies.
Bitch, I would bend over and show this camera right now.
Show it. How dare you? Come on, show us, show us. Sit your ass down. He's getting naked, y'all. In front, he's about to sit here with not a stitch of clothes on.
Are you sure?
Would you come on here? Sit the hell down.
Come on, show us. Mind you seen already.
Oh, so
How you doing?
so when is it proper to exchange information? I feel like after the conversation is going, and you have something established past that, because a lot of times you can have a full conversation over the app, and then sometimes somebody like me is like, okay, the conversation has kind of dwindled. Us exchanging information would lead to what?
Nothing.
It's like, okay, so if I feel like somebody has something else to talk about, or I have something more to talk about, I'll say, hey, I'm busy, but I don't want to stop this conversation with you. Is it okay if we exchange information? And it's also a yes or no, or I'm not interested, or we can stay here kind of answer. There's always, like you said before, variables and everything. But that would be the proper way to say that. Hey, I'm interested in talking to you more or having more conversation with you. And I don't want it to end now, because a lot of times when you're on an app, unless you catch somebody on there at the same time,
Greatest.
you're not going to be on there. You don't schedule time. Well, I'm going to be on the app at 8:45,
Right.
and you should be on there at the same time. No, let's just exchange information and talk from there when we get time. What do you feel is the proper time?
I feel the proper time of exchanging contact information is when things reach a peak. Like when you first have that initial moment of, oh, he's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be too early sometimes, and it may be late in the conversation, but I think at that moment, because you always really want to ride the high.
Okay.
You don't want to allow the conversation to go down.
Right.
Because it's nothing worse than you having this wonderful like conversation and it starts to die down a little bit. She's like, oh my God, that a really conversation, even though it's dying down, exchange numbers, and then
Nothing.
it's
Right.
like you're talking to a brick wall.
Right.
When it's high, it's almost like you never say yes immediately when somebody asks you on a date. You say, oh, that's really sweet. Let me check my calendar and get back with you.
Right.
So it's like you want to ride that high a little bit, but you want to get to that high. You want to establish yourself there and say, you know what? Let's exchange contact information, and then
Right.
do it at that point. Um, Wait about an hour, maybe two, after the exchange of the exchange of numbers have been established, and then give them a call.
Or when you get the time, because a lot of times in this day and age, time is, everybody's moving on borrowed time. Everybody's on somebody else's time right now. So when you're on an app and you just don't have time, hey, I'll be free later. That may not be an hour later, but it also ain't a week later either. So when you exchange information with somebody, you don't call them a week later, but
Oh my God, great point.
an hour later, you don't.
So when is the proper time, even if you're busy or not busy? If I exchange we had this like amazing conversation.
Mhm.
We're at the pinnacle now before anything can be said to fuck shit up.
Right.
And do you wait a day? Do you wait a couple of hours? Do you wait 2 days? Like, because we get to the point like, I don't want to talk to you. It's like for that very particular moment, I don't know you, but you're like really important in my world because of the
Right.
possibilities that fill the moment.
I think the proper time with that. I mean, you don't. There is no right time. Like you can, if you have time to talk to somebody within the hour or as soon as you exchange information, then so be it. But if you get busy and you say, "Hey, I haven't forgotten about you,"
Good possible.
um,
Oh yeah.
no, don't. That thing right there, no. Back in a moment.
You know,